Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to yet another episode of Doom Mod Madness. This time round, we're checking out the Trailblazer, another weapon mod designed by the Pillowblaster. You may remember him from other crazy, over-the-top, and ridiculous works, such as Russian Overkill. And yes, I did just use my machete as a boomerang while shooting a pinky in the face. What are you gonna do about it? Seriously, this weapons mod is badass. And I believe that's pretty much the intention. It's bringing 80s action hero badassery into Doom. And you know what? I thought I was pretty much done. I was pretty much fulfilled with my weapon mod requirements after Russian Overkill. But no, this one had to go and drag me back in with its dual-wielded shotguns and ridiculous overpowered weaponry. Much like Russian Overkill, nearly every weapon you can get your hands on here is overpowered in one way or another. In fact, this weapon right here, the machine gun, probably comes off worse as a result compared to the rest of them. This one feels kind of vanilla when you put it up against crazy over-the-top stuff like the dual-wielded Uzis. These do pretty much what you remember them doing in 80s action movies. They frigging devastate. It only takes a short burst from these puppies to completely ruin a room. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. I think the only thing balancing them out is the fact that they have really short clip capacity, so you've only got 30 bullets per clip. And thankfully, the reload is automatic. I can only imagine how friggin' frustrating it would be to have to manually reload these puppies every single time. To be honest, I think I'm still in shock over how overpowered the Uzis are. I could honestly stick with these puppies all the way through this entire game, but we're going to try and show you at least a few of the other weapons available in this mod. This one up here that I'm about to collect is the shotgun. Little different from the sawn-offs. You can't dual-wield this one, although that would be absolutely amazing. Comes with 2 fire modes, and this one is the secondary mode. I think that was 4 shots. That was 4 shots to take out a Baron. Oh, and yeah, by the way, picking up cigarette packs replenishes health. If it's a blue cigarette pack, it replenishes armor. That's just the kind of mod you're dealing with here. You just gotta roll with the ridiculousness. It's great. But as I said, this weapon has a primary fire, which is pretty impressive looking. Hopefully we'll get to try that again in a sec. Yep, that's pretty satisfying. But personally, I still like to stick to the secondary fire. It's a lot more pinpoint, it's a lot more powerful, and you can take out a Cacodemon in 2 shots. What's not to love? And Hell Barons just cease to become a viable problem when you've got weapons as overpowered as this. But one problem you will frequently run into is having to remember to reload most of your weapons. Some of them are auto-reload, some of them aren't. A shotgun is an example of one of those, and you'll end up coming up against something big and nasty, clicking the trigger away and finding out that nothing's coming out of the end that traditionally goes boom. And that will lead to a lot of let's say, unfortunate deaths. But as soon as you get your head around that concept, as soon as you learn which weapons require a manual reload and which don't, you'll just have a tremendous amount of fun with this mod. If you're wondering what map I'm playing, by the way, this is Thunder Peak, a highly recommended map. It is just ridiculously well designed and just tremendous fun to play through. Lots of unique enemies peppered around here as well that you don't normally get in your standard maps. And, oh, we've got the Magnum. Usually I get the grenade launcher from that particular room, but the Magnum is a fine alternative because this baby really packs a punch. Allow me to demonstrate. I'm pretty sure there's a Baron on the other side of this door, so we're just gonna blast it to oblivion, basically, with the alternate fire of the Magnum. It's just fantastic. You get 6 shots. It's more than enough to kill anything that moves. That was 1 shot. 1 shot kill on a Hell Knight. What more could you possibly ask for? I love the kick on the thing as well. It's just tremendously entertaining to use, and every time I play one of Pillowblaster's mods, I'm just consistently bowled over with how good the weaponry feels to use, how cathartic it is to blast a demon in the face. You know, I don't think I'll ever feel frustrated ever again. I've just got this folder of Pillowblaster mods now, and every time I'm just feeling pissed off or annoyed at the world, I can just put these things on, and everything just melts away in a hail of ridiculously powerful bullets. It's a fantastic stress reliever. But to come briefly back to the map design for a moment, I love it when maps do this. Give you the impression that you're going beneath the current level, when in reality there's a secret little teleport in here that takes you to a totally different section of map. It's just something I haven't been able to figure out how to do myself just yet, but it just endlessly fascinates me. Just gonna bring up the map in a sec. See, completely different section, and look at all those detail lines on the map, jeez. It just completely blows my mind seeing the sheer amount of detail and effort that's gone into maps like this, because as an amateur map maker, I have to figure out how to do this myself. At some point in the future, I would love to do something like this, but I just look around and see the detail on the ceilings, on the walls, the little raised curves, the little bits sticking out from the edges, and just think, God, that must have taken so frigging long to put together. It's the same kind of sentiment that I try to bring when I'm talking about weapons mods as well. Someone had to design all of this weaponry, make sure that the animations work properly, that the guns had the desired effect when you fire them. It's why I'm always so happy to be playing this stuff, because the people behind this, they're doing it for the love of it. They're doing it because they enjoy it. And, oh wait, Mecha Baron. Okay, that made short work of him. 6 shots, as I say, more than enough to kill anything that moves, even if it's a Mecha Baron. But yeah, everything about this mod, everything about this map is awesome. And we're gonna find out how many shotgun shells it takes to take down a Mecha Baron. 6, 7 shells. Science. But yeah. Another fun fact about Trailblazer is that there is actually a dodge maneuver in here. You probably see me use it a few times, but to be perfectly honest, I forget to use it. It's just something that doesn't really come naturally to me as someone that does play Doom quite frequently. I find the range of movement available to me in Doom is usually more than enough. And as a result, this neat little feature here goes a little bit underutilized. It's pretty simple to use as well. You double tap any of the direction keys and that will cause your character to dash in that given direction. However, I do find that the usefulness of the dash is kind of limited by the level design itself. Sometimes you can snag a little bit on geometry and just get yourself stuck. Is that a cigarette? That's my character's cigarette. That's awesome. They're really selling the idea of the chain-smoking 80s badass here. I love it! I just love the attention to detail. I love the leather gloves on the character. I love that he's got an eye patch as well. It's all very Snake Plissken. Definitely reminds me of Escape from New York a little. In fact, if you can see the tiny face in the bottom left-hand corner, you can actually see him smoking a cigarette while you play. I haven't been able to get the HUD working because I forgot to resize it before I recorded this because I am a dumbass, but yeah. Pretty badass. I'm pretty sure the barrels have increased oomph with the explosions as well, which is something I always enjoy. These guys, I don't see these guys pretty often. It's always interesting to see different enemy types in Doom. You get so used to the stock ones after a while that it's just a genuine surprise when you come across something new. But anyway, if you feel like checking this out yourself, the link, as usual, is in the description below. There is much more for you to discover and see here. There are a few weapons that I haven't covered here, like the grenade launcher and the revolvers, which aren't quite as awesome as the Magnum, but still awesome all the same. The link to Thunder Peak should be there in the description as well. Tremendous fun to play through, even in vanilla form, but feel free to smush it together with your favorite mod of choice. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you're not already subscribed, you might as well give that big old red button a click. There will be many more to come in the future, and because I've had such a lovely run of tremendously enjoyable mods, I'm pretty sure the next one I'm going to pick is going to be tremendously awful in every way, shape, or form. You know, just to balance it out, just to keep me on an even keel. This has been Mr. Icarus. Thank you very much for watching. Icarus out.